Cheer you up. I am here to help you as my younger ones, as the champions we're about to have. My mission here this afternoon is to put your head right. It's not only a dead man that his or her head need to be put right. Am I right? All of you here want to be champions, isn't it? Yes. Good. And by the special grace of God, you will be one. Okay? So that is why I am here, to make sure that you have a right direction. Okay? This afternoon, we have a seminar on anti-doping. You may not know what doping is all about. That I believe for sure, because you are just coming up. But at the same time, I know that some of you here equally know what doping is all about. So, we don't want to waste any of your time. I have to go straight to the point. And before I do that, I want to tell you why it falls on me, why the honors is mine to be here this afternoon to tell you why you should not entangle yourself with anything called illicit drug. Some time ago while I was active, I fell a victim of drug and I was banned. Do you know that? I was banned. That is why I decided to come out, to come and tell you that you should not, on no condition, underline, entangle yourself with anything illicit drugs. You know why I am here? It is very, very easy for you to fall into that trap. Because you go to the chemist shop, you buy anything, and you put in your system. Is it not true? It is true. I want to tell you today that as the people that want to be champions of this our generation, you need to be very, very careful. For anything you put in your system, you are liable to it. That is why I have chosen to tell you what drug abuse and its consequences can do to a younger athlete like you. You'll be hearing about drugs. You don't know. But I want to tell you that the commonest thing you can buy in that shop behind your house can make you to fail dope test. Kola nut you eat today, if you don't take time, maybe you eat it excessively, you come to this competition, if unfortunately you are being picked to go for dope test, you're going to fail dope test. That is why you need to be very, very careful. Aspirin, codeine, we buy, we take it for something, for a genuine reason. If as you come here, you've taken something like that, if you are being tested, you will test positive. And remember, they said, whatever thing that is being found in your system, you are liable for it. No other person can tell you that. Our Sports Doctors Association in Nigeria, they cannot come here to start telling you what I'm telling you today. That is that's why it's so expedient that you should listen and listen carefully. So, I want to start by telling you what is drug, because you are still our younger athletes. I think I'm speaking to under 18. Am I right? Under 18, our champions of tomorrow. So we need to take it from grassroots. Alright? The term drug is broad one. To the pharmacist, it is synonymous with medicine. However, for our situation and purpose, a workable definition is that a drug is any chemical substance which, when taken into the body, by any means whatsoever, changes the function of the body or behavior of the person that uses it. Whenever you take drugs into your system, you might take it for a genuine reason. Drug is for treatment of diseases, ailments. But when you take it excessively, or when you take it wrongly, it becomes drug abuse. And don't forget that the ones you take drugs that is not used to your body, automatically the functions of the body system will change automatically. That's why you see some athletes sometimes, when they are being introduced to a hard substance, either stimulant or steroid, once they start running, you see them, they start talking anyhow. You think that something is wrong. You think that they want to become mad, because that which has been introduced into their system has automatically changed the body system. Have you seen somebody that this thing I said here now has happened to? I saw one in Port Harcourt. So you have to be very, very careful. 3 points need to be noted in the above definition. As a chemical substance, a drug may be natural or synthetic. The change in body functions could be physical or psychological, or both. The substance can be taken into the body either orally, by injection, smoking, sniffing, inhaling, or even rubbing on the skin. So don't think that it's only when you swallow something, that is when you are taking drug. You can rub it, you can sniff it, you can smoke it. So, the above definition covers medicines of all types, usually prescribed by qualified medical personnel to cure illness, prevent diseases, relieve pain, induce sleep, or generally keep us healthy. Also, under these definitions are socially acceptable substances, which are not medicine. Social acceptable ones, example, we have beer. All those things are alcohol, right? Do we know that they are drugs? You don't know. Do you know that the coffee, when you take excess of coffee, you test positive? Do you know that? Some of you don't know. These are social acceptable ones. But you as an athlete, you have to run away from it. Do you understand me? Because something you do not know is bigger than you. Is it not true? That is why you have to be informed so that you will not be deformed. That's why I am here today. Excess of alcohol is very dangerous to your health. When you take it excessively, some people will start vomiting blood. Some will be urinating blood. I know you have not seen that, but bear it at the back of your mind that you don't need alcohol as an athlete. While I was running, I do not take anything alcoholic. But today, I can take something called alcoholic because I am no more an athlete. Nobody is testing me any longer. Do you understand that? Why some of us, we don't even improve is that you will go and you start taking all manner of alcohol. After that, you want to run fast. It is not possible. One will be telling the body to go. The other one will say, no way. You get this point? Coffee you take is acceptable in the society, but is it acceptable as long as WADA is concerned, World Anti-Doping Agency? If they see it excessively in you, you are under drugs. So, I want you to bear that in mind, that all these things you have to run away from them as long as you still want to be an athlete and you want to be an international athlete. You don't need, you can come back and enjoy yourself. So, as I said, alcohol, cigarettes, snuff, cola nut, coffee, and tea. You can see cigarette as well can make you to test positive when they see excess of it in your urine. Cola nut, you know, while we were running, we don't think that cola nut can harm anybody. When we want to go to competitions, you don't want to feel asleep. We will carry cola nut and feel in our body, say, I don't want to sleep, so that I will warm up very well. You know, something like that. Thinking that by the time you sleep, your opponent must have warmed up if they do certain things more than you do. But that is not true. We are just harming ourselves without knowing. But today, as you have seen somebody like me with this kind of program, I think it's a welcome idea and it's very, very useful to you. So that is why you have to be very, very articulate. You listen carefully, it will be useful to you now and in your future. Number 3, known as drugs too, are certain illegal substances which have psychotic properties. The common ones here in Nigeria are cannabis. You know, there are other drugs that still have other things. You know, when one uses it, you can even become mad. They will say, okay, take that person to psychiatric hospital. All these drugs are around, but the most important things, the ones we used to talk about, is the one we know that is very, very common in our society here. The India hemp, the cannabis, India hemp, heroin, cocaine, and amphetamines. Another group of illegal drugs is the one hypnosis, though not known to be found in us. These are not medicines, neither are they socially acceptable. They are not even illegal in Nigeria. Instead, they are chemical substances found in everyday items used at home and workplaces. The common ones are petrol, gasoline, glue, and rubber solutions used by vulcanizers in patching tubes and tires. You see, all these things, you may not know that they are dangerous drugs. If you drink petrol, sometimes it kills. Do you understand that? If you drink petrol, sometimes it will kill, sometimes it will not kill you, but it has some after effects in your system. All these things they use in patching tire. That's why when you go to the north, we have so much problems of drug addicts in the north, because they believe that they don't spend much money to get it. It's the things they use in patching tires. That glue which they use in patching tires, they sniff it. And it's very, you need to be very, very watchful. Know what you take into your system, even the friends you keep. Because only one person cannot just start using drugs. Somebody must introduce you to it. More especially now that you are still young. You may not have the ability to know all these things I'm saying here, but I know that in no distant time, some people, the elder ones, might start introducing you to it. They want you to run like Ben Johnson. They want you to run like Maria Jones. It is not like that. You still have to think about the after effect of whatever thing they are giving you, because you may not know exactly what they are giving you, what it is. So that is why you have to be very, very watchful. So, why do we abuse drugs? A couple of predisposing factors that can lead to drug abuse have been identified. Let us look at some of them now. Number one is peer group pressure, characterized by the desire to be accepted among friends or in social circles. Some of you have friends. They can pressure you to do what you don't want to do. You want to be their friends, and they will tell you, if you want to join this our group, you need to test what we are testing. Because you want to be their friends, you will now accept smoking cigarettes with them, testing in their hand, taking alcohol. These are what led someone to abuse drugs. Number two, social pathologies such as unemployment and economic frustration. Number three, emotional and psychological stress characterized by anxiety, depression, low self-esteem. When you are not sure of yourself. As an athlete, you need to believe in yourself. It's only when you believe in yourself that you'll be able to do what you want to do. If you are training, you don't know, can I be able to finish this my program? I don't know. Then when somebody now tells you, say, you are doing 300 times 5, how do you think you can do it with your raw strength? It's a lie, you can do it. They will tell you, say, I have something to give to you. You will run it, you won't even feel tired. Had it been that you believed in yourself, number one, you wouldn't have even been saying, will I be able to finish it? Can my strength carry me? So that is why you have to believe in yourself. Be confident enough to say, yes, I can do it. Once you said, yes, you can do it, you will see the strength in you, it will carry you through. Number four, easy availability of the substances. Like I said earlier on, these things you can get it in the smallest shops, behind your house, in your street, around the corner, and it is not expensive. So you will say, okay, since it's not expensive, let me try it. You will go and try it, instead of you to go and continue your training and listening to your coach. Some of you prefer going to buy something that has caffeine and all the rest, instead of you buying a Lucozade Boost to drink. You don't want that one. What you want is the one when you take it, you start behaving anyhow. So, if you are doing that, you still have to think that you have a place you want to get to. If I do this, will I be able to get to that place? That's what I would like you to ask yourself. If you want to stop on a halfway, then you can go ahead. But if you want to be the champions of tomorrow, don't listen to anybody that wants to deceive you. Number five, we have environmental influence from family, schools, workplace, neighborhood, or community. Advance in the mass media. Some of us, when we see the televisions, radios, advertising all these alcoholic, advertising cigarettes, you will now say, if this thing is drug now, they won't be advertising. After all, they are advertising it, which means it's good. It is not good. Remember, when they advertise cigarettes, they will say, remember that this, you are liable. It will shorten your life. They will still tell you that. And some will say, don't mind, something must kill a man. So I want to tell you, as an athlete, don't have that kind of mind. Run away from all these things. Number 7, to enhance your performance. Yes. Drug abuse might enhance your performance. Think about the after effect. But here in Nigeria, does it enhance our performance? I don't think so. I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. How many Nigerian athletes have fallen the victim? How many of the Europeans? If we have 5, Europeans will have only 1 or 2, which means they know how to manage their life. You as a junior athlete that knows nothing about, you want to follow their footsteps, you follow it, you will enter the train. So don't think about going into drugs. I want to go fast. Going by the above, when young people who are involved in drugs are asked why do they take drugs, some of them, their response are, I need to cope with the pressure of life, which is true. Drugs help me forget my problem. Does it help you forget your problems? It does not. Some others take them. So why not me? I've seen some people taking it. Why not me? So I will take it. Whatever the case may be, let it be. I don't think when you see what the case may be, I don't think you will like it. And your family will not like it. So it's better for you to run away from it. Some will tell you that today we are bored. Some will say we want to catch fun. Does drugs really make us to catch fun? We don't. I want to be strong, alert, or courageous. That is not true. Because it's just for a while. After that time, the intoxication left you, you will be as moody as anything. It's that time you will start thinking about the problems of your forefathers. Why they born you in this family that you're suffering. Then it makes your problem double. Signs of drug use. The need to be able to recognize the early use of drug is very important. Early detection coupled with a prompt intervention go a long way in helping to redress the problem. Just go through some of these telltale signs. Possession of drugs itself, whether peculiar plants, seeds, buds, or powdery substance. Possession of drugs relates lighters. When you see the people that are really in it, our own as athletes, you will see them, all the time you see them with all manner of, what do you call it, syringes. They go about with syringe. If we go through the corners of this place now, for those that have been doing it, that are still saying they're under 18, you will see, they will be injecting themselves, and which is not good. When you take all these things, do you know what it does to you? It will make you feel tiredness and truancy. Let's assume when we were running, we usually say creatine is good, creatine is good. Everybody will be running after creatine. Even the quarter milers will be running after creatine. That's what you don't know. Creatine is just for short sprints. It helps your muscle to develop. But some people that are quarter milers will still go and buy creatine to be using, which makes them to reduce their speed. Do you understand this? So that you will say, I want to buy creatine. They will tell you, creatine now is the best. So they say creatine is good. Yes, creatine is good. It's not a banned substance. But if you don't know how to use it, you don't know the category of athlete it's meant for. That's why the Americans, they are better than us. Before they take anything, doctor will prescribe for them. But here in Nigeria, reverse is the case. You just hear that it's good for Mr. B, you will now rush it. So, avoid that. Whatever thing you want to take, make sure you go to a medical doctor, a qualified medical doctor that will give you some good vitamins which you will use, that you will be dope free. Not the one that will make you to go and fail dope tests. I was made to understand that even festival, that is not a big competition, some athletes still fail dope tests. What are we talking about? Drug is becoming a norm. That's why Chioma Ajunwa Foundation is out to plead with you. I've not seen somebody that see fire, they tell you that this thing is fire, it will burn you, and you are still putting your hands there. Please, drug will ruin your career. Run away from it. Don't go near it. Whoever that wants to deceive you to tell you, I will give you something, tell him to go and give to his junior sister or the junior brother. He should leave you alone so that you will get where God wants to take you to. It will make you have a downward performance in schools or work. When somebody is taking drugs, even if as I'm talking to you here, immediately I go out of this place, call him or her, ask her, say, what did this woman say? He cannot remember. He can't. That's why some people, while they were in school, they will never pass any exam. Because by the time they go by the corner, they smoke, you go finish, they come out, you ask them something, they will be looking at the ceiling. So it helps nobody. Divergent behavior. It will make you start stealing, because once you are addicted to it, every moment of the day you want to have it. And if you don't have money to go and buy it, what do? You start stealing your mommy and your daddy's money. So we don't want that. You cannot say because you are doing athletics, everything your mother keeps, you now go and pick it to go and buy some certain injections to start. That's rubbish. You cannot make it in that form, please. It will make you start lying, you start fighting, you have trouble with the authorities, deterioration in health, your health will start failing you. Every moment of the day we see you start growing thinner and thinner every day, just because of the bad substance that is in your system is now eating you up. And then you don't know what to do. You know, shame will not allow you to come and say anything. Let me tell you one thing. In Port Harcourt, by the time, because I invited the NDLEA people, they were the people that came to give the speech. By the time they finished that speech, do you know that some of our athletes were coming to me to say their problems? They have problems. Yes. They have problems. Drug will make you have problems. So I don't want you to have such problems. That is why you need to listen. Don't even say, let us hear. Hear and try to do it. Practice it. By the time you have any problem in athletics, just go to any closer senior person in athletics. Maybe the secretary, maybe the chief coach, maybe any of these starters. Tell them they were coaches before. They were athletes before. Tell them that, look, this is what I'm experiencing. Somebody told me that I cannot sleep, I cannot do this. To sit down is a problem. Yes, because he took 4 different types of steroid and stimulant. Do you know that steroid and stimulant cannot go through? This one wants to do something, the other one say no. That one wants to make him sleep, this one say no, you have to do it. This one wants to make him to sit down, he say You start walking. So that is what it does in a life of man. I don't want you to fall that victim. Drugs you hear is bigger than you. It's more than what you think. You can imagine where somebody is urinating blood. Some of these things will make you, the mens you might release, but there will be nothing in your sperm. It will just be ordinary water. Yes, that's as bad as it is. So it's better for you at this is the right time. We need to tell you, we need to educate you that you should run away from illicit substance. Because you may not know you are just coming. So if you don't adhere to this advice here, it means when you are caught, you are on your own. Ask people, come and ask me. I've told you before that I have the problem. IWF don't want to know. They don't want to know how it gets inside you. You are liable because they've been singing it. World Anti-Doping Agency have been singing it. When you go to website, you see thousands of drugs. They say these ones are bad, these ones are good. Don't go here. You use this. Yet we don't hear. We will still go and take the one that is bad. So when you are being caught, they will not bother because they've been saying it. Even before you were born, all these things have been in existence. So today, in those days we had nobody to tell us what I'm telling you this afternoon. But today you have somebody to tell you that you have to run away from all this chuku-chuku of a thing. Please, let us compete free. It will help us. When you abuse these drugs, it will make you have memory lapses, short attention span, difficulty in concentration, poor physical conditions, slurred and incoherent speech, unhealthy appearance, indifferent to personal hygiene. Identification with drug culture, music slogans and clothing. Increasing and inappropriate anger, hostility, irritability, secretiveness. These are the things these drugs